are over.
Joining us now to talk about the speech and also the Chairman Bernanke's continued testimony to the Hill today is Congressman Kanjorski, Democrat from Pennsylvania. Great to have you back.
Great to be here.
What did you hear last night? What did you hear that you liked and maybe some things that you would have changed?
Carl, I heard a president change just a little bit, and it was in fineness but important detail. He laid it out for the American people that this isn't just some simple recession. It's a threat to our very existence. So he didn't pull any punches when he was telling the American people how difficult this problem will be, how long it will be. But on the other hand, he gave us that tremendous well of hope that's so important to win the process. And so I think he made a brilliant combination of the two things. I think he set the stage for the American economy and the American psyche. And I think now we're ready to roll.
The critics, obviously, this morning are saying he's priming the pump for more spending, for going back to Congress for more appropriations.
Look, those of us that have watched this thing and know a little bit about this thing, we know there's going to have to be more spending. And the important thing is that we do that spending intelligently and with broad support from the American people and in a bipartisan way. We've got to get off this gotcha mentality down here. We're in a fight for our lives, but he also told us we're going to survive because he's willing to make the tough and hard decisions that are necessary. With that, we can unify ourselves as a people. We can accomplish the end. We see the goal line. And now it's a question of grabbing the ball and running.
The goal line's tougher to see on banks. Can I get you to drill down a bit on that? People were so encouraged, at least the market was, by what the chairman told the Senate yesterday, that these banks want to stay in private hands, and that the government wants to see that happen. Absolutely. Did you see any rollback on that last night?
No, what he told us is he's got to recognize, and we recognize, look, we've got two choices. Try and reconstruct the banking system as it presently exists or tear it completely down and rebuild another one. That will take too long, and quite frankly, the expertise and the people that are qualified are going to be the same people. We're not going to find new people. Nobody's coming down from Mars to solve our financial service system. So we've got to, as a government and as a people, work with this system. We have to put the constraints on them. We have to put the controls on them. We have to re-regulate, as the president indicated, new regulation. That will do. But we're going to work with the system. But remember this. Look, it's very popular today to damn the bankers. They're not responsible for everything we're in. If we want to see who's responsible, go in and shave this morning, look in the mirror, and you're one of them. The consumers of America have overconsumed for decades. We're finally having to pay the price. That's all it is.
Well, that was part of the president's message last night, too. What do you want to ask the chairman today?
I want to be certain that the president now has a more grounded course of action that he intends to take. I think he does.
By that you mean what?
Well, just what powers he needs, what powers he thinks he has. Do we have a sufficiency? I think what we can't afford to have any more of or too much of is this stop-and-start policy decision. Now we've got to lay it out, and we've got to pursue that policy for a considerable period of time until we conclude that we can't win with that policy.
That stop and start, some argue, happens because there are so many cooks in the kitchen. You hear from Chris Dodd one day, the chairman the next, Sheila Bair the next. They've got different definitions of what nationalization is, how well capitalized the banks are. Are there too many cooks?
Well, I think we have a lot of loud mouths up here, but we also have the media that's helping us spread that word across the country.
Sure.
I think we all have to come together, settle down, settle back, recognize that 18 months from now, if we do it right, we can look back and say we've met the greatest challenge economically this country has ever faced, put it behind us, and we're moving on to new horizons.
Does it matter to you if more legislation comes to the Hill and Republicans don't offer a single vote?
Well, no, I think if for no other purpose, I'd like to see America unified and consolidated toward a common goal. And I would urge my friends on the other side of the Republic, it's time for them to put aside petty politics, short-term politics. This is too important, too big. Quite frankly, it's not very good politics because the American people are getting fed up with those people who want to carp all the time and not play and not block and not be part of the team.
Congressman, a big day for you. Thanks for stopping by this morning.
Thanks.
Joe and Becky.